I've got a question for you. Would you rather be there for your girlfriend as she gives birth, or go play PlayStation with your friends? If you chose the second option, congratulations, you are a horrible person, just like Playboi Carti. We've all heard the phrase, separate the art from the artist. But what happens when the artist is an absolute psychopath?
Your attitude towards women has changed since having daughters?
Nah, I still look at Pornhub and...
These are great artists who are terrible people, starting with Dolph. For many of you, this man needs no introduction. One of the most influential rappers in history, and also one of the most self-destructive. Musically, there's no denying it, Kanye is a genius. Songs like Power, All of the Lights, and Runaway are timeless. But that same ego that fueled his genius eventually became his downfall. Over the years, Kanye's controversies went from shocking to disturbing. In 2013, he was arrested after attacking a photographer at LAX. In 2016, he was hospitalized after a public breakdown on stage, where he accused Jay-Z of trying to have him killed.
Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me, bro. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head.
Then things got darker. In 2018, during an interview at TMZ, Kanye said this.
This reality has been forced upon us. It is a choice, just like when I said slavery is a choice.
Yeah, it was at this moment where we knew Kanye had lost his marbles. The backlash was instant. Even people who used to defend him couldn't justify that, especially since he was only getting started. In 2022, Kanye went on a months-long anti-Semitic spiral, issuing tweets such as these. I can't even say them, so you're gonna have to read on your own. And if you thought that was it, well, it gets worse. He further doubled down on every horrible take you could imagine.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
At this point, Kanye isn't misunderstood. He's just irresponsible with his influence. But as horrible as Kanye is it wrong to still listen to his music? Well, that's where it gets tricky because Kanye's music doesn't reflect any of his controversies. I mean, his old ones, of course, because the new ones are crazy too.
Nigga, how
But songs like All Falls Down, Jesus Walks, and Family Business are full of hope, self-awareness, and empathy. They have nothing to do with the man he's become. So can you separate that early art from who he is now? That's up to you. But as for me, I'ma still be jamming to Gold Digger.
She take my money.
But one man I will not be listening to is Chris Brown, who surprisingly still has a fan base despite his horrible past. February 8th, 2009, Chris and his girlfriend Rihanna got into an argument in his car after she found a text from another woman. According to the police report, the argument turned violent as Rihanna started hitting him, but with Chris being the bitch that he is, he punched her repeatedly to the point where she swole up. A witness called 911, and when the police arrived, Rihanna's injuries were so bad she had to be hospitalized. It looked like Chris Brown's career was over. He was charged with felony assault and sentenced to 5 years of probation and community labor. But somehow, he bounced back. By 2011, he was back on the Grammy stage, performing like nothing ever happened. He released his album Fame and won a Grammy for it. Meanwhile, Rihanna was still processing the trauma. And it didn't stop there. Chris has been accused of multiple violent incidents since then. In 2016, a woman claimed he pointed a gun at her during an argument at his home. In 2017, his ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran got a restraining order after he allegedly threatened to kill her. Yeah, that's the man you be praising. He's been arrested for assault in London, Paris, and DC. And through all of that, his fans have stayed loyal, especially women. They line up for $1,000 meet and greets, take pictures with him like nothing happened, and defend him online anytime his past is mentioned. It's like people care more about his music than his victims. Chris Brown might still be one of the most talented performers alive, but he's also proof that fame can protect you from consequences. If your fans love you enough, they're willing to look the other way. I mean, just look at DaBaby. He did way less than Chris, but he got canceled into oblivion. Imagine how his career would have been now if he had Chris's fan base. But sometimes it doesn't matter how good your songs are, because some crimes are just inexcusable. As you all know, he was one of the biggest R&B artists in history. He wrote and produced countless tracks for himself and others, but behind all the hits was decades of abuse.
Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Yeah, this guy was the original diddler. Oh wait, no, that was Bill Cosby. Anyway, in 1994, he illegally married 15-year-old Aaliyah using a fake ID. He was 27 at the time, if you were wondering. When the marriage certificate leaked, her family had it annulled immediately. Over the next 20 years, Dozens of women came forward accusing him of assault and imprisonment. There were reports that he kept women locked in his house, controlled when they ate or used the bathroom, and forced them to call him daddy. He was a special type of freak. He was charged with 21 counts of making but somehow he was acquitted in 2008 after the girl refused to testify. It wasn't until the surviving R. Kelly documentary in 2019 that everything finally caught up to him. After years of denial, public outrage exploded and new victims came forward. He was arrested again and found guilty in 2021 of racketeering, trafficking, and producing child abuse material. In total, he's now serving 30 years in prison. And here's the sad part. Even after all that, people still stream his music. Some fans say, well, I just like the songs, not the man. But the problem is, his songs often are the man. But at the end of the day, we will still be listening to Kelly, including myself, because no matter how many women he abused, Ignition is still a banger. But probably the most current example of a terrible person still thriving is none other than Playboi Carti, because boy, does this man piss me off. He started as this mysterious, cool, underground rapper who didn't say much but had incredible energy. But the reality behind the image is ugly. In December 2022, Carti was arrested in Georgia for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend during an argument about a paternity test. According to the police report, she told officers Carti grabbed her by the throat, pushed her, and pinned her down. Police found visible injuries on her neck and back. Carti was charged with felony aggravated assault. He was released on bond. And as always, he since denied the accusations. But this isn't new behavior. Back in 2020, Iggy Azalea, who shares a child with him, accused Carti of skipping his son's birth to play PlayStation with friends and didn't even sign the birth certificate. Then there's the other stuff. In 2021, he was accused of scamming streamer Aiden Ross out of $2 million during a stream. He pulled up to the stream, collected the money, then bailed after 6 minutes. So yeah, he's not exactly a great guy. But here's what's crazy. None of it matters to his fans. They idolize him. At concerts, people literally scream and faint like it's a cult. His Reddit and TikTok fan pages defend him no matter what he does. I mean, you should have heard all the glazing they were doing when his latest album dropped. They treated that thing like it was the second coming. And it shows how different the standards are today, because Carti might be one of the most problematic rappers of this generation, yet he gets the least backlash. Drake got more hate for being called a deadbeat than Carti did for missing his own son's birth. It's like, as long as the music hits, nothing else matters. And that's kind of the theme here, because whether it's Kanye, Chris Brown, R. Kelly, or Carti, all of them prove that talent can blind people. We'll forgive almost anything if the song is good enough, which makes you kind of wonder, if Diddy was still dropping bangers, we probably would have forgiven him too. But that's a story for another day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check the ones on your screen. But till then, don't forget to subscribe.